I'm Kerry Peters, a recognized thought leader in the Microsoft Dynamics community and a Microsoft MVP for business applications. Welcome to the Get Your New View podcast. Keep listening to learn how we work with frustrated Business Central and NAV users who struggle to use their system and find the answers that they need. We teach them to truly understand how the system can support their business processes to make immediate and lasting improvements. As a result, they get more done in less time, make better business decisions, and even love their system.
I'm Kerry Peters, the CEO of 𝗚𝗲𝘁 Strategies, and I'd like to talk with you about how you can engage 𝗚𝗲 for custom training and services. Let's talk a little bit about why you should work with 𝗚𝗲. Our company's focus is on training and business process improvement consulting. We're uniquely qualified for this work, and we've purposefully built our business around this. We saw the struggles that customers had with getting training and help with business process improvement and software use after the go-live was done. And we also saw the struggles that partners had with providing training and business process improvement assistance. For the most part, partners aren't trainers, and they're focused on implementations because it's part of their business model. We want your customers to do more with what they already have, and this means that they're happier with you as a partner. And the reason that they're happier with you as a partner is because they love their software. Why can you trust us with your customers? It's not just because we say so. We don't sell licensing. We're not a partner of record for any customer. We don't do full implementations or development. And all of our contracts include language for agreement not to compete and agreement not to recruit. We offer some additional services for partners to help with implementations if you need a few extra hands. And we also help with specialty projects where a more senior resource or a system architect might be needed. But don't take my word for it. I'd love for you to hear what some of our recent customers have said about working with 𝗚𝗲.
We had a group of consultants that needed comprehensive, complete BC training within Business Central. And while we had the skill set internally to do that, we didn't have the time or the dedicated resource. Compared to working with other companies in the past for training, I really liked working with 𝗚𝗲 because the staff of 𝗚𝗲 are people that have been known in the industry. I know they've been working with Business Central for many years and NAV before that. Very soon after our consultants had gone through the training, they were able to partner with more senior consultants and get plugged in on projects and become billable resources. To me, the whole process of working with 𝗚𝗲 and the expectations of what we were going to receive for training and what we got, it was all very straightforward. The quality and the relevance of the training materials provided by 𝗚𝗲 were great because they were very reflective of what needs to be trained in Business Central if someone's going to be successful in setting up the system. After the 𝗚𝗲 Strategies training, we had most of our employees or most of the team that had gone through the training sit for the MB 800 exam, and they passed. It was great working with the 𝗚𝗲 Strategies team as we were able to curate a plan that really met our needs, and that process was very painless. It was a matter of some emails and a meeting to really talk through. I felt very heard and understood when saying what our training needs were, and we were able to come up with a plan. And then from there on out, I was able to step aside, and the 𝗚𝗲 Strategies team came in and did the training, and it was great.
Bringing in 𝗚𝗲, showing us better options, other ways of making things work was a huge benefit to us. Their professionalism and their experience. It was great to work with 𝗚𝗲. They came in, they handled all situations from my rookie employees to my senior employees, made it fun and exciting for everybody, and they've been a great asset ever since. Taking some of my younger employees, moving them up into a functional consultant role, putting them in front of a client. With 𝗚𝗲's experience, they were able to handle a lot more tougher situations, not get as stressed, and come up with better solutions for the problems. I'm able now to focus on more of the leadership and training aspects of it. I'm not being pulled into, 20, 30 projects, having my employees call me 20, 30 times a day, and knowing that the project's going to be done right. And I also use 𝗚𝗲 as a resource if I get stuck. So it's very beneficial to be able to reach out and ask a tough question that I've never seen before as well. We were at 35% utilization after training with NewView. We were up to 75 to 80 within the first 2 weeks after training. Doing the training agenda with NewView was actually pretty easy. Being able to work with them, come up with scenarios that I wanted them to focus on, create the training material that we needed to, and having good training material left behind by NewView was extremely beneficial for the whole team.
My experience at the Consultants Accelerator program was extremely positive. I would advise anybody taking that course to check your attitude at the door, open your mind, and pull up a chair. And it will be an extremely positive experience. Very often during the program, we found ourselves solving problems for each other. There was an individual in the class who was literally just breaking into the program being 𝗚𝗏𝘁. And he came from a technical side and knew very little about ERP or the processes. And by the end of the program, when he presented the capstone, he was a completely different, outgoing individual. And I thought it was the transformation in the 14 weeks of the program was just amazing for him. As a side note, I would say learning from the other attendees of the program is definitely a bonus. The impact on me personally gave me more confidence when discussing a business process with the customer. And I have become, at a client, the de facto bank reconciliation person for that company. It was worth it to me. It was just worth it for me to cut out that time out of both my professional and personal life to participate in this program. Based on the Accelerator program, I find myself entering a client much more prepared to not only provide solutions, but to be able to present information to them that would be able to help them on a daily basis.
So you've gotten to hear from Olivia, Rob, and Jack about our services. I wanted to spend just a little bit more time to answer your questions about some of our specific training and services. Our instructors are highly qualified, specialized, and certified former end users and former consultants who have experienced both sides of the ERP industry. They keep current on the latest version, and they can be seen speaking and teaching at most industry conferences and understand and incorporate adult learning techniques in every class. A standard class is different with NewView. We don't use the standard Microsoft training materials. All of our materials have been written by us based off of our experiences of over 15 years training people on NAV and Business Central. Training by Microsoft certified trainers who have been experienced consultants and end users of the software is key, but so are easily consumable training materials that fit the attention span and retention capabilities of adult learners. We spend a lot of time telling stories about real-world situations that we've encountered in our careers and applying them to the things that our students are learning in that moment. There are lots of hands-on exercises in a Business Central environment that is unique to each student, and this helps us to facilitate scenario-based application of concepts learned. We focus on business processes as well as software functionality because it's very difficult to understand software functionality without also being exposed to what those business processes are that drive the need for that functionality. We focus very much on concepts that can be applied directly to their job on day one after training and encourage all of our students to think about how they'll use those concepts that they learn in training once they get back to their job. All the classes that we have can be done in multiple different ways. We've done e-learning, pre-recorded, self-service, video, training manuals, remote led by an instructor, on-site led by instructor. If you can think of it, we can do it as part of our training program. One of the nice things is once you've engaged us to work with you on your training program, we take care of all the details. You don't have to provide learning environments or send calendar invites or distribute class materials. We even include session surveys along the way so that you know how your students are doing and how our instructors are doing. We want to make sure that you know that students are following along and that they're tracking with the material and that they're happy with the training that they're receiving from all of our instructors. For larger size classes, we'll even include a course facilitator to make sure everybody's questions get answered. We do lots of different types of training for not only your functional consultants, but also for your customers. We've got over 80 classes in our roster that are ready to go on the shelf, and we have some specific training that is intended for partners, our Consultants Accelerator and our Consultants Evaluator programs, which we've covered in another session, but I'll cover briefly in this session today. Ultimately, if you're looking for a training program for your team or for your customers, we have something that will work for you. We recently launched an e-learning portal called 𝗚𝗲𝘁 𝗬𝗶𝗄𝗏. You can find it at 𝗚𝗲𝘁 and we've got over a dozen courses now that are available on this portal. These are all on demand, so they can be done on your own time. And we use many of the same techniques in our on-demand courses as we do in our live training. Some of our more popular courses are boot camps, which are essentially a collection of classes that fit a functional role together. Our Controllers Foundations boot camp was our flagship training over 15 years ago, and we've built upon that boot camp as well as many individual courses. You can find a listing of all of the courses that are available to us on our website at getyournewview.com. We do, of course, have special training just for partners. Our Consultants Evaluator program is an exam that we've designed to help you be confident that your new hire has Business Central experience and is ready to work with your customers. It's an exam with over 100 questions designed to test real-world knowledge of how to use Business Central. And in addition to the questions, there are 10 to 15 hands-on scenarios each person must accomplish in a Business Central system. And this session is recorded with the video camera on and graded by an instructor who looks at the result of the scenarios that your employee has created, as well as how they went about solving the scenario. Our interpreted results from the evaluator give personalized and direct feedback in which areas questions were missed so that your employee knows exactly what to study to round out their expertise. Our Consultants Accelerator is designed to get your functional consulting team ready to work confidently with your customers. Students work together in small groups to learn Business Central basics with a functional consultant's perspective. Every lesson covers not just the how, but also the why of each concept, and experienced senior trainers also teach how to apply what was learned to real-world customer experiences. Our standard program of 2 4-hour sessions weekly with a live instructor and about 2 to 4 hours of homework per week is a minimum investment of time for training, or you can set up a custom schedule that works exactly how you want it for your whole team. There's no travel required since we use cloud-based tools that can be accessed from anywhere. And each Consultants Accelerator class ends with a written capstone case study illustrating each student's understanding of the business concepts they learned based on a real company's requirements. There are many options that we have for custom training, even in older versions of NAV. We have often provided training for new employee onboarding for partners, customers who have not upgraded in quite a while to help them with providing training in their own environment. So there are lots of ways that we can make these type of custom training projects happen, and we're open to hearing your ideas on exactly what it is that you need. Don't forget, too, that if you're struggling with finding resources to provide your customer training, we'll often put together training for customers as a part of their implementation alongside your other implementation services, or maybe some additional ad hoc training that your customer may need. We do have some other services in addition to our training programs. If you're looking for senior level specialists like system architecture or Power BI and Power Automate specialists, If you're looking for help for your customer for financial troubleshooting and cleanup that you're really not prepared to do, even if you're looking for help with project management, we can provide fractional employees to help you with the project or to help your customer to fill a gap. We have many customers who've had a gap in their controller or CFO positions or even AP and AR clerks, where we have fractional employees who can do these particular job functions temporarily until your customer fills that position. In addition to our senior level resources, we have a wide network of Business Central independents that we can call on for help as well. So what are the steps to engage with us for services? The first thing is to set up a call with us. We'd love to talk with you about what your particular situation is and the challenges that you're facing. And based off of this discussion, we'll put together a proposal for services and a contract and non-disclosure agreement. Once training or service dates have been selected, they're guaranteed with an initial payment, and we start the project. I'd love to talk with you about exactly what kind of help we can provide to you. You can use the link here to my real-time scheduling tool at any time to schedule a meeting, and we'll figure out exactly which solution fits you best.
Did your team ever really get good training to understand how to use your business software? Do you think you could use more features of your software if you just knew how? Are you frustrated with inefficiency that never seems to get better? Do you suspect that there just has to be a better way, but you don't know what that is? We believe every company can benefit from increased efficiency and higher utilization of their software, and that it's possible to have fun while learning exactly how to do that. The experts at 𝗚𝗏𝘁 Strategies work with frustrated Business Central and NAV users who struggle to use their system and find the answers they need. We teach them to truly understand how the system can support their business processes to make immediate and lasting improvements. As a result, they get more done in less time, make better decisions, and even love their system. Please contact us at getyournewview.com to get started.